Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we'd sit down and do a makeup challenge. So I've been seeing on YouTube, it's circulating the one dip makeup challenge. I've seen Nikki Tutorials do it, James Charles, and of course Juicy Jazz. So I thought that'd be a fun little video to sit down and do. I can't lie, I'm kind of nervous because yeah, some of this stuff, I made sure I got all products that I thought would do good, that I know work well, that I know are very pigmented for this challenge. So hopefully we do good. So we'll just see. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified when I upload. And yeah, let's just get into this challenge. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, the one dip challenge is where you can only dip into each product one time. And that's all you get. So you can't dip anymore, you can't double dip. So we're gonna try. I'm not that heavy handed when it comes to makeup, so, but I do dip more than once into each product. So we'll see. I don't think it'll be hard for things like concealer, and because I think concealer I only use once, you know, blush, stuff like that. But for the other things, especially the eyeshadow, I think the eyeshadow is gonna be where I get challenged the most. And also for this video, because it is a one dip challenge, I am not going to use one of my traditional brow pencils because, you know, that won't work. So actually this time I have my Anastasia Dipbrow. Yeah, so this is brand new. I've never used it, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. But brows are the first thing that I do. So if we start off bad, then who knows how this video is gonna go. But so yeah, I'm gonna start off with that. So I can track how much I'm using. So first I'm going to spoolie out my brows like I always do. So, and we'll see how this works. Okay, so of course I'm gonna put, and I am using my Anastasia brush that goes with it. Okay, so I'm just warming it up a little bit because I've never used this. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do one dip. Okay. So, ooh, that is a lot on the product though. This is, ooh, okay. We'll see how this goes. Okay, not too bad. And I'm gonna go back and forth so, you know, I don't evenly distribute this product. And then of course I'm going to go back in but it's looking crazy right now, but this is a very pigmented product. Surprisingly, it might not have needed as much as I got on there. Okay, not too bad. I like this product. It's very creamy, and a little bit does go a very long way. So, yeah. Like that. so I think that looks good. Okay, so far so good. Or not. We're doing okay. I am not going to, well, I don't know how that works. So, because I always carve out my brows. So I'm guessing like if I use concealer, I only just get one dip to carve out my brows. So I'll put it on my hands, and I only get one dip for both brows. Ooh, okay. All right, so it's on my hand. All right, so I got one dip, that's it. So I'm gonna start with the bottom of one. And I'm gonna do the bottom of the other. Top. I definitely needed more of that, but yeah, it's okay. All right. Yeah, so I definitely needed more of that, but it's okay. And I'm going to blend that out. Actually, I'm gonna blend that out using the same brush. All right, so far so good. All right, so next is primer. So just one, good, that's it. And usually this works pretty well for both eyes, so. All right, blend that out with my finger. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Night Owl palette by Colourpop. This is what it looks like. So we're going to use this. And I can dip into more than one shade, but each shade I can only dip into once. So, whew. All right, here we go. I'm a little nervous because, all right, so to set, I'm going to go into Lil Birdie. So to set, I'm going to go into this shade right here. Just to set my, all right. So one dip, okay. That's all I get for both eyes. All right. Oh, that definitely was not enough, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, new brush. I'm going to go into C stars, and I'm not going to do anything crazy because this challenge is already hard enough without doing crazy. All right, so, ooh. All right, I don't know if you see one dip. All right, that's all I get. Oh my gosh, there's like hardly nothing on there. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go here. Blend that in. Y'all, there's like nothing on this eye. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm laughing at my pain because this, yeah. I don't see anything on this side. Okay, so Next, we're going to go into Rockin' Robin. I'm gonna go the shade down here. Alright, that's a little bit better. And we're gonna start on this eye just to even out. Even out. Eyes. Okay, so next I'm going to try, yeah, that's a shimmer shade actually. I'm not going to. All right, next I'm gonna go in with just a clean fluffy brush that I didn't add any more product to. And I'm just gonna blend just to make sure everything's blended together. Thinking this eye's looking a little more pigmented than this eye, but good. All right, and then I'm gonna go in to Rule the Roost. I'm gonna go into this shade to blend out just the top. All right, and one. I'm like really dipping, but only one dip. Just make sure the edges are blended. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so I'm wondering if I should take my finger or if I should take a packer brush, because you know they say your fingers are your best tools. Actually, I might just take a packer brush and wet it, and then of course if I wet it I only get one spray. All right, so I'm gonna go into Bird Brain. So I'm gonna go into this shade and I'm gonna put this one all on the lid. Ooh, okay. I'm like really dipping into the shade too. All right, one dip. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but okay. And I'm gonna spray off to the side first, because you know sometimes you can't. All right, one spray. All right, that's all you get. All right, here we go. Alright. That's pretty. Okay. I really dipped into that shade. Okay, and so alright, I'm gonna go back in with that brush. Like I said, this one has no additional product. I'm not adding anything else to it. And just make sure those two are blended together. On the side. Alright, pretty. Okay, I'm not going to do my mascara right now because I only get one dip of mascara for my top and bottom lashes. So I'm going to wait till I do my lower lash line to do my mascara. So that's it for the eyes for now. So I think it looks good. And I'm not going to put on falsies. I'm just going to do mascara on both just so we can see how it looks. I want to see how it looks compared to, you know, me using it more than once, dipping more than once. I want to see how it looks just dipping it once, you know, without falsies. So, all right, so we're going to go in to do our face now. All right, so we're going to go in. So with my primer spray first, I'm using my Fetish Milani spray. So I only get one spray. All right, so I'm going to spray this way. All right. Wow. Okay. Next I'm going to go in with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. And, oh gosh, okay. I only get one. Oh, but that was a good one. Okay, that was a good bowl. A little bit of it. I'm actually happy with that. How that came out. Alright. Nice and tacky. Okay. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm in the shade Honey. So, and I'm not even gonna, I'm just gonna write on the sponge. So, alright, one. Alright, that's all I get. Alright. Yeah, when I saw this, I thought it would be fun to do because even though I don't like cake on my foundation or any of my products, it tells you just how much you use, how much product you use just on a daily basis. I never really paid attention to it. And then I was like, oh, I sat down, I was like, oh, I want to try and do that challenge. And I just thought it was funny because you wouldn't think that just having one dip of a product would be that much of an issue. But then, like I said, it lets you know just how much product you use. So, all right, I think that looks good for one. Yeah. Okay. I think that was good. All right, so concealer. I am going to use my Becca, and I get, all right, one dip. That's all I get. There's definitely more on this side than on the other side, but it's okay. All right. Next is concealer, so I'm using my Milani Conceal and Perfect, so I just get, that's it. Can I dip back in? Nose. That's it. Okay. All right. So I was worried about eyeshadow, but the eyeshadow turned out good. I'm definitely worried about powder because I always set underneath my eyes. And then I set the rest of my face. So I cannot do that today. I only get one dip to set all of my face. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, I am going to use cream blush. So, of course, I'm going to be trying the Rare Beauty. Of course, I picked today to try a new product when I'm doing the one dip challenge. I'm using the Rare Beauty blush in Love. So, let me use this. So, that was a lot actually. So I'm actually gonna scoop some off. So that was one dip. I'm gonna use the 2 dots. I'm gonna go in with the bottom of my sponge. Oh, that is really pretty. It's blending out nicely. That's pretty. I like that. All right. Now to set my face. Woo, okay. Here we go. I'm not even gonna tap it in the top. I'm just gonna swirl it. All right. One tip. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, my eyelash. Oh yeah, that was good. I knew my fluffy brush would come in handy. All right. Oh, if you could see my shirt from dipping in this powder. Oh, there's powder everywhere. All right. Oh gosh. All right, so now bronzer. I'm gonna go into my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. And of course, we're gonna go into this shade here. All right, so this is gonna be hard because I'm gonna get one dip for my whole face. All right, one dip. And then I will have to say, once you start doing it and you feel like, gosh, that's not going to be enough, it's just amazing how far some of these products go with just one dip. It's surprising. It's like that was good for one dip. Of course, I would like to dip back in, but I'm not going to. I know, I'm not going to do it. All right. All right, that's blush. I'm going to go in with my Colourpop blush in Over Dramatic. It's a super shock cheek. So one dip. And there's literally like nothing on here. Did a little something. Not a lot, but okay. And then for highlight, I'm going to go into my Belgian Waffle palette. I'm going to use Maple, this shade right here. And I'm going to take it on a, this is like the first time I've pulled this brush out in a long time. All right, one dip. Ooh, that might have been a lot too. But I do have to take it down on my face. feeling pretty confident. Doing pretty good. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to use Bel Air. And so I'm going to use this shade right here to start. Actually, to start this shade. And then I'm going to blend it out with, yeah, with Bel Air, with this shade. Because those are the two shades that I have not, those are two of the shades I have not used yet. So, take a tiny brush, detail brush, here we go. All right. Oh, one dip for both eyes. All right, one dip for both eyes. Okay. And then I'm going to blend that out with Bel Air. One dip. Not the best, but it'll do. Alright, and in the inner corner, I might skip out on the brow bone because trying to do inner corner and brow bone with the same might not be the best thing. So I'm going to go into Two Birds for, oh, actually, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Millie for inner corner, and then I'm going to go into Two Birds for the brow bone. There you go. Alright, so one dip for the inner corner. There you go. And brow bone. Two birds, one dip. Sometimes alright, so one dip for the brow bone. Oh yeah, that's a red pigment too. I didn't need that much. Blend it out a little bit. Alright. Okay. So for liner, I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl Major Matte Black Liner. And of course I can only pull it out one time for, alright. So that's all I get for both. Oh gosh, wish me luck. Yes. And okay, so of course you don't use liquid liner on your bottom. So what I'm going to do is just do one. So usually I kind of color. So I'm just going to do one swipe on each eye. So one swipe on one eye, one swipe on the other eye. Oh gosh. Alright. And nothing came off. It's creamy, but yeah. Okay, so now for mascara, I'm gonna go in and this is, all right, that's it. That's all I get on top and bottom. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I actually did really good. All right. And now for lips. I'm gonna go in first with my Tarte's lip paint, and this is in the shade Choker. So I'm gonna go in with this first. One dip, that's all you get. Smells really good, smells like mint. I wasn't really worried because I don't dunk more than once in these anyways, so. And over top of that, I'm gonna go in with my Essence, my clear lip gloss. I have another one, but of course this one. All right, one done. That's all you get. Okay, and final spray. Oh. I'm just bringing it so close to my face. Okay. Okay. What do you get? Okay, and that's it. This is the final look. I think we did a pretty good job with what we had to do. I think I did a good job with the challenge. I like how it turned out. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, so that's a good thing. But now I just know how well my products that I use, most of these I use on a day-to-day basis, so I just realized how well that they work. But yeah, I like the way it turned out. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.
It's like talking to a wall when you don't look at me. I wanna speak my mind and tell you how I feel, but it's like talking to a wall when you don't look at me. Please just look at me.